friends, it's Tracey from Tea Time with Tracey and whoever wants to join me. This is going to be my very first TBR gameplay for the month of March. I've never done this. I made a video on how I made this board, but I got this game idea from Bekah Books and Bujo. You should absolutely go check her out. She's a beautiful woman. I know she got inspiration for her board from others, but she's the lady that I have been watching for a couple of years now. She's has a beautiful family. She's an avid reader. She doesn't really read exactly what I read, but I love just the energy that comes from her channel. So anyways, I decided to make a board myself, and it's exactly like hers, just mine's decorated a little different, that's all. Anyways, here are prompts. Oh, I gotta get my other stuff. All right, I'm not explaining this very well. This will probably be a longer video than future, but anyways, these are all prompts that I tried to customize to my reading tastes. I have a whole bunch more. I plan on making a whole bunch more. Like, for example, sports romance. So what I'm gonna do is shuffle this deck of cards. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Take the first one off. 6 of spades. So I go down to 6 and I go over to spades. So 6 of spades, my physical TBR jar, which is right here, the mushroom cookie jar. So I take that off, put it back in this bag, take a new one out and put it there on the board, and put the card back in the deck and shuffle it up and do it again. You get the bomb book here. I don't have a thing there because I haven't printed it off yet. I'm going to explain that in a second. Usually I would have bigger things than this. A bomb book is an intimidating book. Book you want to read but you don't want to, but you want to, but you don't. Like, it's intimidating, or you just don't feel like it, or it's a big old classic, or it's one you heard bad things about, or one you've had on your shelf for years and never got around to it. It's that's what goes there. If you end up pulling the Joker out of the deck, you got to take the bomb book. Now over here, you can't really see, but there's 4. There's Ace, King, Queen, and Jack. These are more like challenges. The first challenge is play your TBR. It's a game that how to train your Gavin. He changed his name to Gavin Reads It All now. But I played on his channel a while ago. If I get a king, it's to like draw 2 from my physical mushroom. Draw a queen is Boris's pick. Boris is my best friend. Draw a jack, a random number generator for a shelf. I'm going to try that. I need to make more of those. Like, I already have ideas. I just need to sit down to print them off, to glue them on, to stick the sticker on, to put it in the bag and use it. But I haven't got that far. Anyways, for the bomb book, I don't have a thing up there because I haven't printed them off yet, but I want to get this game done. I am taking part in the beef cake challenge from Big Al. And it's about reading big books, 10 big books in the year of 2025. And I'm doing that. So I have a video on what my TBR is going to be for that. And those are all big books. So if I get a Joker, I'm reading a beefcake book, and I have a wheel generator to pick which one. Just a minute, one of my children are coming downstairs. Oh, she's coming back down in a minute. Anyways, I'm not really doing punishments for myself. I don't really care, but if I get, 3 of the same suit, I plan on doing 7 turns to get books. So if I get 3 of the same suit in those 7 cards, I pick another card or another book. And if I get 3 of the same number, I think, I gotta look that up, but that's what I'm going with today. Gotta pick another one. So I also have some reading plans for the month of March. I'll talk about that after, but I want to start playing. I'll wait till Messiah comes down. Yeah, anyways, I'll be back. All right, so I want to make sure that there's a joker in here. She only uses one. One of the, I think she has a prompt that if you get that prompt, you put another joker in. Whatever. Is there no friggin' joker in here or what? There's no joker in here. Oh, I gotta find a joker. I got another deck of cards. I wanted to use those bicycle ones, but we'll see these ones. Victoria. Oh, let's see. I gotta go to a friggin' hockey practice this morning. What the heck? Did the kids take out all the jokers or something? We got a whole bunch of decks of cards from my sister's mother. And she plays crib or bridge or something all the time. And she buys new cards all the time. So maybe she takes them out. I don't know. I'll get another one. All right, I can't find one for today. I'm just going to stick one of these in here. And I'll just not look when I pick the card. So I'm going to shuffle them up. This is actually one of my drying racks for clothes. So I'm just going to shuffle them. Boris is right behind me. I like watching, sometimes I go and watch people that can shuffle really good, you know what I mean? Like all the fancy casino shuffling. Or trick shuffling. I'm like, oh, I'm going to learn how to do that. Of course, I never do. But I'll probably get a better setup next time, too. I just want to shuffle these really good. Well, it's minus 14 out right now. I took Boris for a walk this morning. And, yeah, so that's first book. 8 of hearts. So there's 8 and there's hearts. A paranormal. Okay, I can do that. So what I do is I take this one off. I'll put it there. I put the card back in because I'm going to shuffle again. I take a new one off. I need to do this before I look for my book. That sports romance one again. All right. And this will go back in here. I just want to... I'm going to utilize this shelf. There's Boris. Just a minute. All right, I need to straighten it up a bit, but so paranormal. That's an orc one. That's a shifter one. Omega. I read that this. Well, I know what I'm going to do. Well, let me just look. Well, I see some. Let me pick out some. All right, this is one I could use for so many. So many. But I'm going to go with The Passage by Justin Cronin. This, I believe, is dystopian, but there's some sort of vampire in it. I consider that sort of paranormal. This is on my 25 and 2025. And the other two in this trilogy are on my beefcake challenge. So I need to get to this anyways. It's kind of a big book, but there's a map in it. This will be able to fulfill a lot of challenges, like reading challenges that I'm going to do. But I think I'm going to do this one because I do want to try to complete this entire trilogy this year. And I believe this came from the base library in the States somewhere, so I bought a secondhand thrift books or something. Anyways, I believe the 3 books span across generations, so it could be like a family saga. I don't know if it's the same characters in the next book or not. I don't know. But this is going to be my first choice. And he's a chunka by Justin Cronin. The Passage. The other book is, I think, the 12, and the other one is, I forget now, but it's in my beefcake challenge. 765 books. So this could, yeah. When was this published? Oh, for heaven's sakes. 2010. And yeah. Anyways, first one, The Passage, Justin Cronin. Okay. In March, it's St. Patrick's Day, and I have a book, The Devil of Dublin. I'm like, oh, I could read that for St. Patrick's Day. If I can get it on. And even if I can't, if I can get around to it, I will. That's by B.B. Easton. Oh, I didn't put that paranormal back in. I will. I believe I think Bekah puts them back in the thing. Because it's just a matter of chance when you pull it out of the bag, what goes on the board again. That could be used for dystopian too, but I mean, if I have many dystopian books. I just put that back in there. I wasn't planning on doing this video today, but I'm sitting up. The kids are all asleep. I might as well do this now. 6 of Diamonds. 6. A sci-fi. Ooh. I'm not a big sci-fi. Like, I read Alien. Smart. That's sci-fi, isn't it? I think I'm going to use an audiobook for this. It's a sci-fi horror. It's a sci-fi horror. It's called Wrath. I'll put a picture up here. And I bought that not too long ago. And it's, I forget what the author's name was. One of them has a PhD. But it's a horror about a laboratory. Oh, I could do that, or I could do... Well, I'll tell you about this, and then there's another book here I could use. It's about a rat laboratory, and a rat gets loose, and it has, like, a really smart brain, and wants to take over New York City, and all that stuff. That, or I'm really trying to use my physical TBR. I think it's upstairs on my beefcake. It's called Coldbrook by, let me go get it. Yeah, it's Coldbrook, but this is 509 pages. It was published in 2014. I think I'll save this for the beefcake thing, because I have several audiobooks. I've been starting to add all of my entire library into a spreadsheet, and I'm over 1,000 books right now. Some of them are audiobooks and some of them are physical books. I haven't even touched my ebooks yet. So I'll save this. I'm going to listen to Wrath. It was on one of those Audible sales. And yeah, I'll do that. I'll just use that as a marker. So I put sci-fi back in here. And I consider that sci-fi because it's laboratories and scientists and stuff. That's sci-fi, right? I think so. I do have lots of audio or alien abduction romances, but I like myself a good horror. One more. I haven't been keeping track. That was 6 of Diamonds. What was the first one? Oh, I need to put another one back on here. Set in a different country. All right. 9 of clubs. 9 of clubs. Mostly blue cover. That's interesting. Mostly blue cover. So that was 6 of diamonds. This is not, I should have a piece of paper to write down. Yeah, mostly blue cover. All right, I'll put that back on the deck. Oh, this is book 2. No, this is book 3. This is book 2. Kind of. That one. Well. Morris, what do you think, huh? What are you thinking? All right, these are my options. I'm trying to really get off of this shelf. Like I'm totally plan on reading this entire shelf this year. So the first one, it's Lessons in Sin by Pam Godwin. I don't think I've ever read Pam Godwin. I have a few of her books, but this is about a school, and he's the headmaster, and it's a romance, taboo, inappropriate. I believe she is rough around the edges. That's why she's sent to the school, but I don't know why she's rough around the edges. There's obviously some reason, and he is supposed to be able to handle hard children, even though she's a late teen, and I guess it's an appropriate romance. So that has a lot of blue on the cover, but there's a lot of black too. Let me put that right there. The next one is Every Vow You Break by Peter Swanson. I read The Kind Worth Killing one before, and I liked it. It was all right. I donated it to a free little library, but I bought this when I was thrifting out in Alberta back in last January, like 2024 January. It's a thriller. I don't know what it's about at all, but that's very blue. Different shades of blue. And I really want to continue Aletha Romeg's trilogy. I read Consequences in January. This is book 2. There's 3 books. I don't know how the main character is actually going to redeem himself. I don't know if you can tell, like it is quite blue. It is. But this is probably more blue, so I'll go with this one. The lie started with I do. Every vow you break. I don't know. But it's very blue, so I guess I'll do that one. What was that one now? That was... I'm getting a piece of paper because I keep forgetting. All right, horses out there having a slurp. I just rewatched, so I got 1 club, 1 diamond, and 1 club, 1 heart, and 1 spade. So I'm putting this back in here. Let me just... a survival book. So it could be in the wilderness, it could be an apocalypse, it could be whatever. Oh, I gotta put that back. My hornet's nest is being squished. Or wasp's nest. Okay. The card is back in here too. Oh, I wrote down what the suits were, but I forgot to write down what the number is. I'm working out the kinks, okay? I got a 6, I got a 9. I don't know. We'll just, that's Boris scraping on, or, you know, scratching his bed. Boris! You better not tear a hole in that. All right. Here we go. Ah, Jack. A random number generator for one shelf. Oh gosh, I gotta get my Chromebook. I set up a... I don't know how to screen record on my Chromebook, so we're just gonna do it with my Chromebook. I really wasn't expecting to get this. This has thrown me off my game boards. All right. I made a... I'm trying to be all... whatever. I made a little battery. For crying out loud. I'll close my spreadsheet. Just spinner wheel. I have a series wheel, and if this friggin' dies, like it's very low. Oh no. I have a beefcake wheel, and I have a series wheel. I don't have a, I wonder if you could hear it. Okay, Google. Pick a random number. Oh, it's doing it on there. We'll do it. Answering on another device. For crying out loud. I'm just going to do it on Google. Random number generator. I'll be back because this is taking too long. Okay, we're going to try this. Hopefully it doesn't friggin' die. So, random number. Oh, let's spin here. It's so dark. Spin. Four. Okay. I don't want that to break. Now I need to, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn, where all those paper slips are. Okay, I gotta move out of the way. Gosh darn it. This wouldn't be one I'm reading. These ones are not. I just brought them down to look at them. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I read these ones. 31, 31, 31, 31, 31. I read these ones. So 31. Okay. Let me get this out again. All right. Remove choice. 1 and 31. Ah. $19. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's Hunting Adeline. That's book 2, but I need to read book 1, so I guess I'm reading Haunting Adeline. I read Satan's Affair last year. So Haunting, it's a dark romance. I read Shallow River, I think, by H.D. Carlton last year too. Pretty trigger warning for that. And I'm sure for this, it's supposed to be dark, but yeah. Haunting Adeline. All right, good. That was a Jack. All right, so that was, how many books do I have? 1, 2, 3. I have 4 books. I don't think I'll need, well, I say that. I don't know if I'll need my Chromebook again. I'll make sure it's charged up next time. What am I doing? There. All right. 3 more. And then I am going to pick some stuff from my audiobook jar. And I'm taking part in a couple of readathons this month, or like for March. One of them is March of the Mammoths, which means that you read big books, like big books. Preferably over 800 pages. That's not the book I'm going to read though. But, I mean, that Justin Cronin one's darn near close. Another one is Middle Grade March, which I never do. Oh my god. That's the exact same card. So if I get this again, I have to pick another one. But, heaven's sakes. All right. This is just a drawing rack. It won't. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 to 5. Spin. Two. So that's right here. All right, let me count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The books that I have turned out, I've read them already. So, remove choice. Oh, I just clicked on a dang ad. Close that. 9, did I say? 1, 2. Oh, I read that one. I read that Karen Slaughter one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. One. All right. I'm not mad about that. That's that Consequence series. So I read that Karen Slaughter book this month. I didn't turn it around yet. So that would be number 1. I'm excited because I wanted to finish that series. Excellent. Dark romance, not explicit sexual content, but there's sexual content. And there is kind of explicit abuse, or there was in book 1. Good. I'm glad. That's 2 friggin' jacks. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the audiobook. Seven of Diamonds. 7. Disturbing. All right. Let me just put that like that so I don't forget. Mark down another, or just 1 diamond. That's my first diamond. Oh, that just went down the register. Great. So, disturbing. All right. I don't know. I could read an extreme horror. way down at the bottom. Some people would say that's disturbing. I think I'm going to go with extreme horror. Edward Lee, anything he writes is absolutely disgustingly disturbing, and not for the light-hearted. Gassed. I don't really know what this is about. The train has run on the railroad since the end of the Civil War. A railroad built by the Surveyor to perfect evil. And its rusted tracks run right behind the house of Justin Collier. Expects his respite in Gas, Tennessee to be relaxing, if not a bit dull. But he will find out soon enough that those same train tracks once led to a place worse than hell. Welcome to the Gast House. Ooh, a historical bed and breakfast or a monument to the obscene. Collier doesn't need to know the building's rich history. Women arred to death for sport, slaves beheaded. Anyways, I won't go on. That sounds very disturbing. Edward Lee. So I got 2 horrors with that sci-fi horror and that extreme horror. Disturbing. I just got a message. Disturbing is going back in here. So that's 6 books. A standalone. We just had that, didn't we? Did we have that? No, we didn't have that. Did we have that? I don't know. I can't remember. I think our first one was paranormal. And I picked that Justin Cronin one. So, one more of this. And then we're going to do the audiobook jar. Alright, let's do that. Ace. Play your How to Train Your Gavin, aka Gavin Reads. Oh gosh, I forget how to play that. Just a minute. Alright. I have a book that I really want to read. This is book 2 in that 9 minutes trilogy that I think I read the first one in January. This is book 2. Here's a thriller, and I'm supposed to have a book I don't really want to read, or I want to read it, but it's like, it's not my... I want to read this more than I want to read that. So what we have to do is have 5 cards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I flip over the first one. 3. So I need to decide if the next card is higher or lower than 3. So 3, I think the next card should be higher. Ace is a 1. So I'm going to say higher. Friends, it's editing Tracey here. My first TBR game thing, but by rights in that game, I should have lost the very first one because Ace is lower than 3. I don't know what I was thinking, so I continued to go, and I ended up losing anyway. So turns out I read the thriller instead of the trilogy. I'll just fast pace all the flipping of the cards, but the premise is you guess whether it's higher or lower with each one, and if you get through all the 5 cards with the correct guess that you make, you get to read the book that you want to read. If you get it wrong, you read the book that you don't want to read as much. And I got it wrong right off the bat, but I don't know what I was thinking. So there it is. Yeah. So I read this one. Well, gosh darn it. That's okay. Like, I do want to read this. It's a domestic thriller. I believe it's by B.A. Paris. This couple, they look perfect on the outside, but inside, I think it's like domestic abuse and stuff. Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. I've had this book for quite some time. Bought it secondhand. The Perfect Marriage or The Perfect Lie. So, all right. Okay, so... This is going to stand in for that wrath. Just pretend. I'll turn it around this way. Then I got to go get my boy up for hockey. This is my physical TBR for March. There's a couple of chunkers. The Passage by Justin Cronin. Every Value Break by Peter Swanson, H.D. Carlton's Haunting Adeline, Aletha Romig Truth, Edward Lee Gast, Behind Closed Door, B.A. Paris, and Wrath by, I forget what their names are there. So I'm going to do some audiobook pulls because I got to get working on my audio. No, that's the 25 and 25. And I already have one of those. So, Spotted Tea, anyone? This is a bunch of audiobooks. Not nearly as many as I have in my library, but about 100 in here. If it's one I've already read, like, I don't know. You can look at it first. Dead City by Joe McKinnon. I believe that's a zombie book. I don't remember what it's about, but it sounds like it's a zombie book. Dead City. I'll put a picture up here. Alright. I'm getting other 2 dark romances in my monthly thing. Oh, it's upside down. Grip Trilogy. Kennedy Ryan. It must be a trilogy, and I have the whole audio trilogy, so I don't know what the first one is. I will put it up. Kennedy Ryan, I'm assuming this is like a sports romance or a college university romance, something like that. I'm not sure. So, that one. The Stepford Wives, that's like a classic, by Ira Levin. The Stepford Wives. That's good. That's kind of horror, thriller, sci-fi-ish. I'm pulling 5 audiobooks. Because I can listen to an audiobook in a day, depending on the thing. 2 max. And I'm busy. I'm on the road, or I'm doing my domestic goddess work. The Life We Bury. That's a horror by Alan Askin. I have to sneeze. Oh, yeah. I know this is a horror because when I was logging my thing and the cover looks, I'll put it up, but I believe it's a cottage in the woods and it's all snowy, so it's kind of appropriate. I think that's what it is. The Life We Bury. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah. Rainy Day. Oh, God. By Kate Stewart. Oh gosh. All right. This is, I read the Flock or Ravenhood series last year or something. And it's like at first it starts out kind of like a why choose or something. But anyways, there's a shocking turn of developments in that trilogy. And the trilogy ends, but there's an extra little story that comes from that. And that mishap that happens in that trilogy, I was not expecting it. So it really like, oh my God. Oh no. So this is from the perspective from somebody in that trilogy. And yeah. I would like to have the paperback sometime because I do have the paperback of the Ravenhood trilogy. But those are my audiobooks specifically for my audiobook jar, but that gets another 5 out. Well, 6 including Wrath. Now, I'm very, very excited about a new release coming out. I think it's March 4th. It's by Kresley Cole. I'll put the picture up here. I have been a long time fangirl of hers. I've read her whole Immortal After Dark series, her Sutherland Brothers series, her McCarrick Brothers or something series. A lot. I haven't read all of her YA series because I'm not the biggest YA person, but I do have them all. Anyways, this series has like 20 books in it, 21 books. A new one's coming out. I ordered it on my Kindle, like pre-ordered it. I am going to absolutely order the paperback when I get paid. But I want to read it as soon as it comes out. And I'm so excited. So that will boycott anything that I have going on at that time because I want to read that book ASAP. So that, I'm going to take part in that March of the Mammoths, like I said. I'm going to, this month of February, it's still February now, it's near the end. I read Clan of the Cave Bear and Valley of the Horses. Right here. Clan of the Cave Bear, Valley of the Horses. The next book in this series is The Mammoth Hunters, and that's on Kindle, 763 books, I think. I do actually have the paperback or hardback. My sister has it. This was my mom's favorite book series, so I have all the books. She has the rest of my books. But I seen on Everend that audiobook is available. So I'm going to listen to that. I know another audiobook, and they're long. Like, all of these are long. They don't look like giant books, but they're over 500 pages. Anyways, around 500 pages. Some of them are bigger. There's another one, Plains of Passage, and I forget. Anyways, The Mammoth Hunters. And I think, although it's not 800 pages, I don't believe, I think since it has the word mammoth in it, I'm going to count it as taking part in the Mammoth Challenge. Another thing, I see a lot of people talking about middle grade merch. I don't generally read middle grade, nothing against that, I just never did, but I recently rediscovered some of my childhood books, and I haven't read for like 40 years. So if I can sprinkle some of these in my reading, I'll probably do a specific middle grade merch video, maybe. So these are my, like, childhood. I have a whole bunch of them, but ones that I purposely picked out. The Would-Be Witch. Ah, that friggin' light. The Would-Be Witch. Not very big. By Ruth Chow. Very tiny. I have a advance to the next corner and either follow directions on that corner space or enter royalty track on next turn. And there's a French version. It must have been a game, Eureka. I don't remember. But that was my bookmark. Another one was Green Apple Street Blues. This is about 2 kids. I don't remember the story, but she's crossing off for sale and putting not for sale. It must be either brother and sister or friends that don't want their friends to move away. I don't know. This is by Ted Stunton. Not sure if I'm going to read it or not, but maybe. Christina's Ghost. This was a favorite of mine because I always wanted a ghost friend, and lo and behold, I had some. But, yeah, anyways, it's about a little ghost boy and a little girl, and I don't really remember the story a whole lot, but it's there. That Just As Long As We're Together by Judy Blume. I have like all the Ramona Quimbley books and stuff, but I remember reading this when I was in probably grade 5. I was at a cottage with my best friend Deirdre. Her family rented a cottage, and we played Monopoly and read books, and played Monopoly and read books and went swimming. And this was the book that I read there, and I will forever remember reading the book. Don't remember really what the book is about, but yeah, I'm just like, I remember going there in the summer with my best friend and playing Monopoly on the deck, like the dock going out to the water, and we'd read books. We were so cool. Another one, Rats, Spiders, and Love. It's just a tiny little one. And there's some pictures in it. Like there. It's just, I believe, about like a tomboy little girl that likes critters and spiders and, you know. Yeah. Another one, The Ghost Beneath Our Feet by Betty Wren White. Oh, this was by Bonnie Pryor. Yeah, this is by Betty Wren White. It's a ghost story. I can't remember what it's about at all, but it's by Apple Paperbacks. I got a million of them. Like my daughter has a million of them too. Old ones that the school was getting rid of. But these ones were specifically mine. And Clive Barker. This was my first introduction to Clive Barker. I have loved every book that I've read of his. I haven't read a whole ton of them, but I have read the ones I've read I've liked. Anyways, The Thief of Always, and I remember part of what it's about. I believe it's about a giant house and a little boy, and there's a way to get to another dimension that's exactly like his world, but a little different. Something like that. Anyways. Oh, there's stuff in here. What is this? Led Zeppelin. And the album details. Fantastic Four versus Mole Man. Those were my bookmarks. So I think that's everything. I covered the Mammoths, the middle grade, and the new release, which I'm so ecstatic for. So now I can plan my month. I do plan on making, well, I'm not making it. My kids want to make more TBR games. I'm going to use this the first of every month. But if they get another game done, I bought some games at thrift store, you know, $2-3, and they want to revamp them and make reading games for me, paint them and whatever. I might do a mid-month TBR game, because whatever I get done, I can fill up the rest of my month. I'm a fairly fast reader, and audiobooks are a breeze for me, and we'll see. But I might do a mid-month TBR game with a new game. If not, I might just do it with this one. So, anyways, this was fun. I'm excited that it's together. I will get a beefcake tag to go up there. But I'm glad I got to play that card game and forced into using 2 jacks. Like, I really wasn't prepared for that. But it's all good. It all worked out, and it all came out in the wash. So I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose. But if not, that's okay too. I still love you. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. So, okay, guys, with that, I'm going to say have a good night or have a good morning. And I will. See you next time. Bye. Boink.